This
Satish, I
conference
think
will now be
yes,
recorded.
Yes,
uh,
Anjan.
you were trying to call me yesterday, but I couldn't get a call from your end till
I
now.
I call you on your number, but I think that is
Uh,
in India.
India itself, right? Okay, so I think you can get the number from Kaveri. Okay, so I have another WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp me. Okay,
Sure, I'll
and
call you on WhatsApp
so
or I'll
fine.
ping you on
So,
WhatsApp.
thing is that see, I think you guys are enrolling for data science, right? So for data science, I already told you, right? Like, mm, you should have a control plus, huh? Okay, control plus. Okay, so Python is mandatory, and after the Python, you should have a knowledge in other technologies also, right? I already told you, right? Python, stats, machine learning, deep learning, SQL, Power BI, right? So what I'm trying to think for, instead of like a daily 1 hour, is it possible to attend the session 6 p.m. IST for Python? Okay, and 7 p.m. IST for SQL. What about? Did you agree for these timings? These 2 hours?
Yeah, but after 1 week, can you start like this?
After 1 week?
Yeah,
Or, why not now?
because at that time I'll be little bit busy. That's why.
Okay, so from Kirti and so that's feedback. And what
Hi,
about?
Kiran.
So I can also same thing, right? Okay. What about Mohit? Is this fine for you? 6 p.m. as for IST, it's a Python class, Python continuation, and 7 p.m. it could be like SQL. Is it fine for you?
Yeah, from 7 it is okay, but it is from next week you are planning also this one?
Yeah, next
6
week.
p.m. onward.
Yeah, next
Okay.
week. So we'll plan for from next week onwards.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So 7
So how
p.m. is
long this will go, Anjan? 6 to 8.
entire course until unless, see, my plan is that so 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I can complete the Python, and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. I can finish the SQL. After completion of the Python and SQL, then in a place of Python, okay, so I would like to start the statistics. Okay, after completion of the Python, then I can start the statistics. After completion of the SQL, then I can start the Power BI. Okay, so then after so both the time, so here also machine learning, until unless completing the machine learning, then so 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. also machine learning only. After completion of the deep machine learning, then I can look for the deep learning. Okay, coming to this particular machine learning and deep learning, so if you want it, I can spend only 1 hour instead of the 2 hours if you're facing any kind of issues. Okay, like, so if you're thinking like if you're spending too much of time for this thing, then I can make it for 1 hour once we are in machine learning and deep learning, once we are in the machine learning. Okay, so at least until unless we completing of this thing, because of this is the 4 modules: Python, statistics, SQL, Power BI is very very important. So for if I complete this 4 only, so we will able to concentrating on the machine learning and deep learning. Otherwise it will be very complicated, even it will be lot of time we should waste. Almost 2 months we are wasting for to learn these things. Okay, so my point of view is that at least we have to save it 2 months. That's my thinking. What do you say? We can
Fine,
put
Anjan, but
the
I log out at 8:30 in the evening, right?
yeah.
So that will be a little
Mm-hmm.
difficult for me.
Okay.
If I occupy with a busy schedule, so I can't join.
Okay. So, but yeah. So, if you have any kind of doubt, I mean, if you're not able to attend that particular class, okay. So Python will be very simple. Okay. So you can able to. So if you're busy, we just log out. Okay. I don't want to stop you. So we can go through the recording, and if you're not able to understand that one, So separately I can spend for you on a weekly once. Okay, so like doubt clarification purpose, I can put a session for you, doubt clarification. If you're facing any kind of if you're facing any kind of issues while learning of these things, I can put for one particular session for doubt clarification. So that particular doubt clarification session, you can ask me any kind of question of this particular, I mean, whatever the recording, if you're even you are attend that particular recording, but you couldn't understand that particular situation, I can able to clarify it. What do you say? That is fine for you?
Okay, Anjan.
Okay. But ultimately we will do this thing from the next week onwards. We don't worry about it. Okay, if you're making some, like, you can talk with your employer. Okay, so I'm getting some knowledge from outside for this area, so is it possible to make it, I mean, you can take some kind of freeness from your employer at that time if it is possible. Hmm? Otherwise, no worry, no worry. You don't need to worry about it. I will take separate session. You know what? So statistics part, I can take you some other sessions in a different timing. Then I can put you into that particular session if it is possible. Okay, clear? Or else I can put only one session. That will be the Python for 7:30. Anyway, we have a 1 week of time, right? I can think and I can confirm it. Don't worry. I don't want to face you. I don't want to trouble you, anyone. So I really appreciate your time. Okay, I don't want to face. I don't want to make it complication. So if things are not good, then we can go with Python. So we can spend weekends. Okay, we can spend more time on weekends instead of weekdays. What do you say? So, but I'm saying that we have to spend a lot of time. That's what my thinking. Okay, if it is possible weekdays, we can spend in weekdays only. If it is not possible in weekdays, then we can spend at least in weekends. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yes,
give me
weekends
some time.
also we can spend
Yeah,
more time. That
so
is
we
that.
can you just give me some time, so I can think about it and I will let you. Okay, so even one student is facing some issue regarding about timing. I don't want to take it that particular time. Okay, clear. Good enough. So guys, so as of now we are understanding the basic syntax, right? So now we are talking about Python data types. Python data types, so previously the variables are holding some kind of data. Is it right or not? Variables are holding some data, holding data, right? So here the variables are holding different kind of data elements. Here the variables are holding different kind of data elements. Okay, so you have to know it what type of data which is holding. So we can able to specify type of data which is holded by that specific variable, that we can able to know with the help of this particular data types only. Data types means it was very simple things, guys. So the type of data which is holding by variables, that we can able to specify with the help of the data types only. Okay, so in case of Python programming language, there are two types of data types are there. The first one is the fundamental data type. Fundamental data type. Okay, the second type of data type is, it's a sequential data type. Sequential data type. So coming to this particular fundamental data type, so it was very simple thing we just need to understand. Okay, so hospital will come to us. Yeah, Kavir, you can leave it. No worry, you can go ahead. Okay, we just attend. You just take over.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So coming to that fundamental data type, so you know what? So here the variables are holding the only single element. Variable is holding only single element, single data element. So that kind of data type we are calling it, say, fundamental data type. There are different kind of data types are there. Coming to fundamental data types, from that one, integer data type, and the second one is the float data type, and third one is the complex data type. Okay, fourth one is the, and it should be like, it's a complex and boolean data type, and last but not least, which is the fifth data type, last but not least, which is the fifth data type, which is non-data type. Okay. Total, we have the 5 data types are there: integer, a float, complex, and bool, and none. These are the 5 data types we have it. Okay. These are the 5 data types. These are the 5 data types which is part of the fundamental data type only. Okay. There, here integer means here the element, here the data, it can be like a real number or it can be like a real number. Real number means it can be positive integers or it can be negative integers or it can be zero. So the whole number, nothing but it's a whole number. You know what mean that whole number? Whole number means it can be negative numbers, it can be positive numbers, it can be anything, guys. So when the data which is holding any number, then it should be like it's a integer data type. Okay, let me take some examples in a practical way. So for that one, we should open our Anaconda navigator, and here we should concentrate on the 3 functions. So if I want to know the memory location, then we can use the id function. Id will help you for to know the memory location, guys. If I want to know the memory location, then we can able to use the id function. If I want to know the data type, if I want to know the data type, then we can able to use the a function. The name of the function is, it's a type function. So with help of this one, what type of data, the variable which is holding, that we can able to know with help of the a type function. Okay, let me see practically. You are open Anaconda, right? Let me open your Anaconda and let me open your Jupyter notebook. And so once we are open your Jupyter notebook, let's execute this particular fundamental data type. So Mohit, are you following my classes? Mamata, Kirti, Sarika, and Satish, are you facing any kind of problem in case of following the sessions, or is it any speedy, or else if you're feeling it's a low, so you can able to talk to me. Okay, if you're facing anything, don't think like I couldn't able to follow it. I definitely accept your feedback at all. Okay.
Yeah, okay, there's no issues.
So I think this is your batch, right? Okay. Okay. Not really. Okay. I think this is like images. I mean, it's just images. Fine, okay. Okay, fine. So let's go for click that. Hit on 3. What is the date of today? Is it 18th, right? Yeah. So let's give the name of it. Okay, so it's 01. It's 18th of January, and it's a 2022. Now I'm talking regarding about a Python data types. Okay, so from this particular data types, I'm talking about integer data type in this particular type. So the reason is that this theoretical thing that was written in the text notepad, but I can share with you. Don't worry. So for example, I have the variable a, and which is holding the data is some negative number. Okay, so I just want to know that what is the data type of this thing. Then I just use the type of a. So this was written that it's an integer, right? So it's the integer type. So meanwhile, you can see something like positive numbers. We can try to hold the positive number also. We just remove this minus and we can run it. Here also, which is saying that it's an integer only. And let me try to hold some zero. So if I'm holding the 0, it's also it's an integer number. Try to imagine, try to imagine here. Okay, so here we have only one element, right? So this is the one element, this is one data element. Here the one data element which is holding the in one variable. Here also one data element which is holding in one variable. This is also one data element, and this also holding in one variable only. So one variable, one data, one variable, one data, then it's the fundamental data type. Okay, these are the integer is the fundamental data type. Now let me go for the float data type. When I go with the float data type, when I go with the float data type, so there should be something like minus 34.34, something like this. Then it should be type of a, then it should be a float. Float means what? It's a real real imagine real numbers. Okay, real floating numbers, nothing but. It can be positive or it can be negative, guys. So you can able to hold the negative numbers and positive numbers, but it should be a real fractional numbers. Then it should be like it's a float data. Okay, it's a float data. So this is the example for the float, and this is the example for the float only. Okay, there we can write it something like 0.0. Okay, so 0.0 means it's float. So here we see that integer type and float type, these are the fundamental data types as of now. Now let's talk about the complex. Complex also it's a like fundamental data type. So in our childhood we already seen that complex numbers. So complex number means any real number and the combination of the imaginary number, then it should be a complex number. So usually the real numbers we can specify with the x variable or x, and imaginary numbers we can specify with y. In a mathematical notation, imaginary numbers it should be having the I. But in a mathematical notation, in a Python coding we should use the j. So something we should have the x plus yj format, then it should be a complex number. Here x and y, it can be float, it can be integer, whatever it is, it doesn't matter at all. Okay. For example, 3 plus 4.5j, then it should be like it's a float only. Then it should be like it's a float only, guys. Okay, so it's a complex. Sorry, it's a complex number. And now we can maybe the real number we can give the float, and imaginary number we can give you something like integer number, even though that should be say complex only. Okay, at least one number we provide when you're giving the j. Okay, so 3 plus 3.3 it's a float, and 6 is the integer number. So it can be integer, it can be float. The real and imaginary numbers, it can be float or it can be integer. But when you're combining as a j, imaginary and real, then it should be a complex. Okay. Did you got these three data types as of now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now I would like to talk about the bool data type. When I'm talking about the bool data type, so for example, so I think yesterday's I'm talking about keywords, right? So the keyword, there are two keywords are there. So the keywords are, here it is a true capital T, guys, make sure that it should be capital, and make sure that it should be capital F, capital T and capital F. When these two keywords are useful to creating the Boolean data. For example, you are assigning the capital T R U A E, so that is a true. So that the true keyword we are assigning to the variable A, that should be like it's what? It's a Boolean data. So let me try to execute with a false. False here, it's a Boolean false keyword. So guys, as of now, we've seen the two keywords, guys. Please remember it. Yesterday, while I'm explaining the keywords, it depends upon the situation, we should use the keywords, right? A true and the false are the keywords. two keywords are done. These are the two keywords are help you to creating the Boolean data. Okay. Now we have one more data type that should be like it's a none type. So guys, none type means it's a nothing. If you're not holding anything, not holding anything, then not holding anything, that should be nothing. So that's we are calling it's a none type. To do such kind of operations, we can have the keyword is none keyword. So here also we should use the keyword. The keyword is none. We can use it. We can use to declare or to define the variables, none variables, none type variables. Got it? So let's assigning that none, then we can try to find the data type. It should be none data type. Okay, guys, please confirm me. Did you got this logics? I mean, this kind of data types in a Python programming language.
Sir, one question. This Boolean is keywords are only two, true and false, or
Yes,
there are
there
many
are two
more?
keywords are there. In case of Boolean data type, there are only two keywords are there. One is the
Only
bool
two.
and the just
Okay.
one side.
Okay. Yeah. Usually Boolean means it is like addition, subtraction, no? So, but this is somewhat different type, no? It is true and false. It is showing. Okay.
Clear, Anjan?
Yeah, there are only two keywords are there in a Boolean data type, which is the true and false only. There are only one keyword is there for none type data type definition purpose. That is a none. As of now, three keywords are there. For checking, is there any other keywords are there? Then we just use the keyword dot kw list. But if you want to see this thing, first we should import it. If you not import it, then you won't see it. First we should import it. What we need to import? First we need to import the keyword library. See, you can something like this. So here false, none, true. These are the three keywords, right? As of now, we just done only three keywords. This is the only three keywords are starting with the capital T. Rest of the things which are smaller case letters only. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So coming to that fundamental data type. So the sequential data type. So coming to this particular sequential data type, there should we have the sequence. Sequence means what? Some more number of one element, right? Some group of elements, any group, some group of data elements we can hold in one variable that we are calling it's a sequential data type. So there are again 5 data types are there. The first one is the string. String means it's a collection of characters, only characters, collection of characters. So here the characters means alphabets, digits, special characters, whatever it is. Collection of, it may be collection of alphabets, okay, and numbers. It can be numbers, and it can be special characters, anything. But thing is that all are in n double quotes. Okay, it can be single quote, whatever it is. Let's talk other that particular thing in further sessions also. So coming to the list means collection of data elements. Here data elements in the sense it can be fundamental, it can be sequential. Okay, collection of data elements in square brackets. And coming to the tuple, a tuple we can pronounce as the tuple or we can pronounce as the tuple. It's up to your choice. Collection of data elements. So, but we should understood here. I'm just at this moment. I'm just referencing. I'm just giving only referencing. But there is a lot of information regarding about string. There is a lot of information regarding about list and tuple that we will discuss in further sessions, not in one session. If you want to discuss, if you want to start discussion about string, it can take 1 hour. To discussion about list, it also may take almost 1 hour. Tuple half an hour, set half an hour, dictionary half an hour. So total 5 data types are there. So set and set also will do same thing. Getting actually is it will be dictionary data type. So but here this is a small change. It's not element, it's items. Collection of items. What is items and everything I will talk while explanation. Yeah. So these are the 5 data types are there: string, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So here within the single quotes or within double quotes, we can hold the alphabets, we can hold the digits, we can hold the special character. It should be a string data type. Let's see that thing. I am talking about string data type, right? When I'm talking about string data type, it can be digits, it can be uppercase letters, it can be special characters. Anything you're holding inside of the parenthesis, right? Then it should be like a string data type. Okay. Okay, now let's go with the list data type. So list means within the curly braces, sorry, within the square brackets, we can hold the integers, we can hold float, we can hold complex data, we can hold the Boolean data. Okay, and so we can hold any type we are holding inside of the square brackets, then that should be like it's a list data type. So in the meanwhile, anything we are holding inside of the parenthesis, that that it will be like it's a tuple data type. Okay, anything we are holding inside of the set data type, set means what? Curly braces. So anything we are holding inside of the curly braces, that should be set data type. So make sure that try to understand these 4 data types. If you have any kind of question regarding about these 4, please let me know. I'm talking about dictionary data type. It will take some time, or it will take separately. I can explain at this moment only. But please confirmation. Please give me confirmation. If you understood these 4 data types, then I can talk about that one.
Then what is the major difference between list and tuple?
So, I can discuss practically, but for our understanding purpose, I can tell you list can be changeable. So whatever the elements we are holding inside of the list, that we can able to change whenever we want it. But
Okay,
once we're defining the elements in a tuple, we can't change this.
thank you.
Okay.
This structure, can we use comma like other, like list and tuple? We have multiple entities. No? So can we use that?
You can
Or
use
it
list
is not
inside of
allowed?
the list. Yeah, we can use the list inside of it. We can use the tuple inside of the list. We can use set inside of the. So we can use it. No issue at all. Okay, but there
No,
is
he's
like
asking
in
about
case of set and
string.
for string, what's the question in the
String.
string data type?
Yeah, like if you use commas, will it consider like
Here the comma also one character. It's a one special character. Okay, we can
okay,
use
okay,
it. The thing is that that is also one character. It's not separated. Okay,
okay, okay. Yeah,
the entire thing will be like it's a one word, nothing but, or one sentence. It's not separated. It's a comma is not a separator. It's like just a character in the perspective of string.
okay.
Okay, fine. Now let's talk about the final data type that will be dictionary data type. When I'm talking about dictionary data type, guys, this is the pretty important. So here string and list, your set and dictionary almost similar. Here also we should representing the elements inside of the curly braces only. But here the elements are not elements, it's items. You might be thinking, sir, what is mean that item? Item is nothing but it's a pair of what it is? Pair of key and value. You know, I think you are employees of any one of the company, right? Your employer having the employer is issuing your ID. Yes or no? Employee ID. So here the employee ID is your key. It's a key for to entry of your company. Is it right or not? Key is nothing but it's some opener, some referencer. Yes or no? Please give me some feedback about that one. Is it right or not? So when you are working in a company as the employee of that employer, the employer is providing a key for you, that is your employee ID. With the reference of employee ID only, you can able to roaming. You can do the roaming entire your office, or we can enter in any floor. You can go with your a canteen, or you can talk with the people, and you can interact with the team. If you don't have employee ID, is it possible to enter into your company? Right? Is it possible? Say sir,
No,
no.
Ajay.
No, right?
No.
No,
So here the key is your employee ID, your identity card. The value is yours, which is referring your value. Okay, you are the value for your employee ID. Your employee ID is the key. Okay. So here the pair of a key and value that we are calling its item. So usually the representation is key and values are separated with a colon symbol. Okay. Let me take some example. So for example, the employee ID is it's a 456. It's employee ID for the Satish. Okay. So let's take it. 456 is employee ID for Satish. For example, Mohit is 567. Okay, for it's a Mohit. So guys, here I just want to talk after this one. I can talk with you regarding about complications and see. Okay, try to understood here. 456 is 561 Mohit. See, maybe in your company, maybe in your company there are two Mohits are there. Mohit 1 and Mohit 2. There are two people with the same name. Is it possible? There is two people with the same name. Is it possible?
Yes.
yeah, yes,
Yes, right. Yes, right. But it should be a different key or a different key. So, for example, there is two Mohits are there with a different IDs. That means there are two Mohits are there. Mohit 1 is the 567 ID. Mohit 2 is the 890 is ID. Okay, that's no problem at all. Is it possible? Is it possible? Two people with the same key? Two people with the same key. Is it possible?
no,
No, right? For example, 456, it's like Kirti. It's like Kirti. Okay. Actually, 456, which is assigned already Satish, but you are trying to assigning the same identity code to Kirti. That moment might be Satish is fired, or she leave the company, he left the company, whatever it is, right? So that's the reason. That's the reason Satish is not there a part of that particular company. The reason is that you are updated with the key with another person. That moment he might be left that company. Okay, so there is like that. There is a lot of similarities, a lot of properties are there regarding about dictionary, regarding about set and tuple, list and a string that we will discuss in our further sessions. Okay, this moment I've just explained only data types. So this content I would like
And then
to.
one point about set.
Yeah, sure. Tell me
Please
what
add
you
a
want.
point about set.
Sorry.
Like list and tuple you differentiated, right? What is the use of set?
Set, it's
Li-
nothing but set
list
is
can be
nothing.
editable, whereas tuple can't be. So what is the use of set?
Set and dictionary both are editable only. Okay, but thing
Okay.
is that it cannot be accessed with the keys. So in case of dictionary, we can access the values, but in case of set, we can't access the values. Once if you are assigned it, you don't know where it can be holded. That we will see regarding about that one. Okay, no, you don't worry about it. Okay,
Okay.
so like so I already told you, right? I would like to explain. I would like to explain in a clear format. Each and every data type I can spend with you minimum, okay, minimum 1 hour. Okay, this is just a and this is just like what we call intro. Okay, 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 fine.
Yeah, one question. What is this memory location? Is it we have to set some memory, or what is that?
We are not setting the memory, we are just knowing the memory. The reason is that Python is the dynamic memory locations, so you are not no need to defining the memory location. You don't need to provide the memory location. Okay, if you're assigning the data, automatically the memory location can be assigned it. I mean, it referencing it. So within this particular memory location, this is the 345 will be assigned it. So that we are referencing with the name is A. Okay, got it? So we are not able to creating any memory location. You're not able to providing any memory location. We are just giving a reference it. Is it clear?
This number, 2431. It has
Yeah, this is
outputted.
the memory location. This is the memory location. This is the address. This is the address of this 345 that you are referencing with the name is A.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's for today's class, guys, and so we will continue tomorrow with a new topic from the Python, and it can be like it's a operators concepts. Okay, regarding about this data types, I can spend some other time. Okay, so just understand it. Okay, Canvas login. I would like to upload for today's class document. I hope Kaveri will sharing everything, right? So Satish, I think you're not getting the recordings, right?
Yes, Anjan.
You're not able to access this playlist. So for that, I just need a confirmation recording about your payment part. So that Kaveri will provide that one. Okay. So you can talk with your consultant. His name is Hari, right? So once
Yes,
talk with
yes.
him. Yeah. So he was not responding my calls. I don't know what happened. You can go through it once. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Once if you are done the initial payment part, then we will give you this recordings as well as document access, so it can help you to follow the if you want to follow any other things. Okay, yeah. So
Sure,
meanwhile, I
Anjan.
think you are trying to talk with me regarding about some doubts and other stuff.
Yes,
You
yes,
just take the
yes.
number from the Kaveri and you can message me, but not now. We will discuss by your morning. Okay, your morning.
Sorry.
I'm going
Morning.
for yeah. I'm
Okay.
going. I have a work with till evening 12 o'clock. So that your night, that will be your night. So you can call me your morning. Okay, I can respond. Okay.
At what time I can call you?
Your morning at 8. You can call me.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
See you guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, sir.